ReDonkulous. We got Stephon Marbury. And Steph has been on a crazy binge of sorts. Online, dancing, acting a fool, and doing my favorite thing, eating Vaseline.
When you can't get your voice back, take some Vaseline and swallow it. And it'll help you. We're from the old school.
The man ate Vaseline.
Like it was crystal.
Yeah, like he stuck 2 fingers in the bottle of petroleum jelly, scooped
A good healthy scoop.
and ate it because he said it was going to cure his sore throat.
ReDonkulous. Yeah, Josh Willingham. I've never heard. You ever heard of Josh Willingham?
No.
I'm gonna be Ty Willingham cousin.
Really?
You know?
Is he
Yeah.
white?
I believe so. You know that we biracial in
Oh,
California.
yeah, it's true.
You know, but Josh Willingham hit two grand slams in one game. The fact that this guy hit 2 grand slams in one game says that the pitching for the other team, quite frankly, sucked. But he did it, and he's not King Griffey Jr. and Barry Bonds in his prime. So that's just absolutely ReDonkulous.
Next up, we got Texas Stadium and their Texas-sized prices. Do you know at the brand new Jerry Jones world, that a luxury box is going to cost you $800,000 a year?
$800,000?
$800,000. It doesn't even include 1 ticket to a single game
That's
or
more
a
than a
game.
house.
On top of that, you know what? The luxury you get of this luxury box, you get the luxury of having to pay $90 for a pizza, a large pizza with no toppings. $90.
No pepperonis.
$90. Then on top of that, a 6-pack of domestic beer. $60. $60. $22 for a 4-pack of Red Bulls. I know everything is bigger in Texas, but Jerry Jones has a what?
I just have to say, newsflash, Jerry, we are in a recession.
Yes, there is a recession. Jerry, you need to pull your head out your butt or that stadium because these prices are off the chain and 100%
ReDonkulous. Next up, we have the violin bat. And this has to be one of the coolest things I've ever seen. A man took a bat and handcrafted a violin to play the national anthem with.
Yes.
Tell me that's not cool.
It's an electric violin.
Electric violin bat. I bet it lights up.
It doesn't.
Oh, it'd be cool if it did.
It'd be awesome.
Light up to the beat to take me up to the ball game.
It'd be great.
But the fact that somebody handcrafted this masterpiece. ReDonkulous.
Next up, we got Jeremy Mayfield. And Jeremy Mayfield, if you don't know who he is a NASCAR driver who was suspended by NASCAR for testing positive to methamphetamines. Then he said that NASCAR, their tests were bogus. Then his mother came out and said that, hey, I saw Jeremy doing meth a couple of times, at least 7 times over a 4-month period. Then it turns out Jeremy then lies to the grand jury and says he didn't know of the test sample, although NASCAR now released tapes with Jeremy on the phone saying, oh, you're going to test me? Oh, I tested positive? Oh, and you didn't know about it, Jeremy? You need to get your lies straight. You're never racing again. The fact that you're this stupid is 100%
ReDonkulous. Next we have Juan Pablo Montoya. Not like he go out salsa dance. who was hit with a point deduction for a speeding violation coming out of pit road. According to Montoya, this is the 2nd or 3rd time that this has happened in the past year and a half, and it's absolutely ridiculous, and he doesn't understand why.
This one actually cost him the race, though.
Yeah, he went from 1st to 30-something.
It's ridiculous.
So the fact that going a couple miles an hour over the speed limit or being right at it can cost you the race.
He was actually 0.3 miles.
0.3 miles can cost you the race? That's millions of dollars in money. That's ReDonkulous.
Next up, we got Brian Urlacher. And apparently the boys at Thursday Night Sports Party aren't the only ones who think that Jay Cutler is a feline. Because in an interview, well, it wasn't really an interview, but one of Brian Urlacher's old teammates, while being interviewed on the Dan Patrick Show, he asked Brian Urlacher about what he thought about Jay Cutler coming to the Bears. And Urlacher's response was, honestly, he hasn't lived up to what we thought he would be. As a matter of fact, I think he's a giant pussy.
Get some tampons.
It's so true, and I hate to call it ReDonkulous, but it's true. But Urlacher, you can't. This is supposed to be the new leader of your team. You can't just come out and say these things. And the fact that you did is 100%
ReDonkulous. Bulls come to Chicago. Oh. Next up, we have Terrell Owens, and as if his reality show wasn't a big enough embarrassment with him flaunting around his muscles and doing workouts in the pool, he came out with a bowl with his own cereal called T.O.'s.
T.O.'s. T.O.'s, as in Cheerios.
But T.O.'s. I wonder if they're like, I don't know what they're gonna be. What they have hating sayings on there instead of like give me the ball. Jeff Garcia's a fag. You know, stuff like that. Is that what's gonna be there? Spell out all his famous insults. Donovan, you're I can't say that word. So all I have to say, the fact that T.O. has his own cereal is 100%
ReDonkulous. Negroes. Next up, we got Shaq. And the big Shaq decided he was going to storm into the White House. In a trip to D.C., Shaq did an impromptu visit over to the White House front gate, banged on the fence, hit the buzzer, and said,
Obama, it's me, Shaq. Let me in.
To which the Secret Service told him a big hail to the knob. Shaq, I understand. You're Shaquille O'Neal. You're probably the most dominant NBA player of our time outside of Michael Jordan. But you can't just walk up to the White House and think that the president is going to see you just because you're a brother and because your name is Shaq.
See, this is the problem with black folk. See, we get one of us in office and we think we just come over for a glass of Kool-Aid.
This ain't a barbecue at your grandmama's house.
Go and chill, have some sweet tea or something, just kick it with the president like that. Just because he's black. You know what? Respect the man's professional. You don't see him showing up to the basketball game and trying to come on the court and go one-on-one with you.
Exactly. The fact that Shaq is just going to storm into the White House is absolutely ReDonkulous. And that's it for this edition of the Thursday Night Sports Party. Remember, you can catch us at www.thursdaynightsportsparty.com. Check the podcast, follow us on Twitter, and until next week, you stay classy, Atlanta.
Make it rain. Make it rain.